For welcome to week 7 review for Bone Storm. You can see my screen, right, Kevin? I'm sorry, I didn't
I
ask
can
you that before we
indeed. I
start.
can
Okay, great, great,
indeed.
great. All right, great. So here comes Kevin's trivia for the night. Let's see how
Jesus, I
many
knew it.
he can get. Where would you like to? Let's start with the easiest one, right? Top right, it's the Steelers. Who's their running back? You know their main running back, right?
Yes, Najee Harris.
Okay, that's right. Do you know the second running back that's sitting behind him?
No,
Number 30?
no.
Okay, Jalen Warren. Okay, Jalen Warren. That's good. You got 1 out of 2. That's good. Let's go down. Now, this might be a little tougher. The red one in Kansas City. He was a receiver who caught a touchdown in that Kansas City game.
Uh,
I think it's number 11.
Sky Moore.
Marquez Valdez Scantling. Very close, but no
Okay.
bones. Okay, we're going to keep moving in a clockwise direction. We're going to go to the Philly, where it looks like the guy's almost high kicking that Philly player in the head. The Philly player's number is 6. He is a wide receiver. Who do you think he is?
AJ Brown.
I'm sorry for thank you for playing. AJ Brown is number 11. Number 6 is what Todd called the Eagles' number 1 wide receiver, Devontae Smith, who missed that one. Let's move on to the above here. This is a Baltimore Raven who is leaping after a catch. This is a wide receiver, this is a rookie. I'll give you that hint. It's a rookie. He's had a
I
pretty good year. No, you don't know
don't know.
Zay Flowers. Okay, Zay
Oh,
Flowers catching
Zay
that ball.
Flowers. I was just
Okay.
going to say that.
Exactly. Let's move on to the center with the kind of the center one. This kicker being held aloft in Atlanta. Atlanta's kicker. He's
Young
a
Ho
an
Koo.
yes, good job. You got one. Okay, I'm
How about
impressed.
that?
Okay, right on. Good job. And then the last one. This might be a tough one. This is a tight end who scored a touchdown in the Patriots game to win the game. There's a big crucial moment. He caught the. Now he was a tight end from Miami. If that helps, he moved up to New England. Your sister had him at one point in time, not in the marital sense, but I mean had him in the fantasy sense, at least as far as I'm aware.
uh,
Starts
Waller.
with a G. No, Mike Gesicki. Waller's on New York. Jesus. Okay, you're
I
disgusting me.
got the
Let's move
position
on.
right.
Yes, but you got the team wrong. Let's move on. This is your game against Log Jammin'. This was a close one. Let's talk
Oh
about
man,
it.
this went down. This was an exciting one. This one went down.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we're criticized for talking mostly about our games, sorry. This was a good game. It went all the way down to Monday. I think most of all the other games, besides mine and Todd's,
Yes.
we came down to Monday night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was exciting. I needed points from Cousins and
Oh, Kurt Co got it done.
yeah, and my man Osborne. So I needed that. He
Yeah.
came out of the gates big with Tua and McCaffrey. McCaffrey was also playing that night too. So it was a
Mm-hmm.
bit of a nail biter.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I squeaked one out. Projected to only do 111. I got 140. I over
Oh
did
yeah.
it. Jay fell a little bit short, 131.9. Happy to get a win. Sorry, Jay.
Yeah, Travis Kelce with a big win with his lady watching against their division rivals, the Chargers. Kirk Cousins showing out on Monday night. Normally they say on big games he folds or turtles, but apparently this time he did pretty darn well for you. So that was great to see. I was shocked by that. I was at the pumpkin patch that night, so I didn't get to turn on the game until a little bit later. But when I heard the score and I heard the Vikings were up, I'm like, what is happening? Christian McCaffrey, like you said, had a great day. Jalen Waddle did a little bit of waddling, and Tua had a good day in his loss to Philadelphia. But yeah, not enough to come through. Congrats to Kevin on that close game. And yeah, came all the way down to Monday night. That makes it fun.
Look at
Let's move
that
on to
awful starting lineup I have at running back. Ugh. Kareem
let's get
and Madison. Okay,
let's move
next
on to your sister versus Joseph. And again, no
the
Donnie D's Metter Cowards is a great name.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, they were done early. This game was over and done with. Joe projected to get only 82 points, ends up coming way ahead of that at 102, but that's not enough to take down that juggernaut duo of Allen and Diggs. Allen gets 27.3, Diggs 17.8, and then ETN comes in and helps with 22.7. Terry scores 126 under her projection, but still enough to get it done. Looking at the benches, Joe couldn't have done anything looking at the benches. And then it looks like Cole Kmet was 0. Ooh, wonder what happened there. I
That's
don't
a
know.
rough
And then
day.
Josh Palmer on her bench, 20.3.
Yeah.
Not bad.
No, that's one. And again, like you said, she didn't need Josh Palmer. Wait, yeah, she didn't need Josh Palmer because she won the game. So another big day between Diggs and Allen. Those are her cornerstones. They're playing tonight. In fact, go for it.
Uh-oh, your audio's cutting out.
Oh, sorry. I'm
There you
sorry.
go.
Al, better. Allen has
Yeah.
one already, so that's good. But I'm sure she's looking forward to yes. Another good day by Travis Etienne. Boy, he is not a huge surprise, but I mean, I think people thought that everybody was loving that Tank Bigsby, but so far it's been the
Oh
Etienne
yeah.
show all
Look
the
at
way
his
in
average.
Jacksonville. Yeah,
About
exactly.
17 points a game. I'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely. As for poor Joseph, yeah, Trevor Lawrence, even though he had a good day, not enough. Joshua Kelly finally came home, but not enough. And same thing with Christian Kirk. He seems to be the go-to guy on Jacksonville, much to my chagrin. But let's move on to the next game, and it looks like it's going to be it's me, it's me
Okay.
versus Cat.
Dallas Hurts. Matt, you got a win. Very nice.
Woohoo!
161.3. In large part due to three players here. Lamar Jackson, 40 burger, 41.88. Alvin Kamara, who's been a very pleasant surprise. You figure he's on his way
Yes.
down. He's a guy who has been coming through for you. 30 points.
Yep.
And then A.J. Brown, my incorrect pick at Philly. At least I got the position and the team right. Calvin Ridley, goose
Continues to
egg just about
disappoint.
there, 1.5.
Yes.
But you score 161, and I'm calling it. North of 160, you got a great chance of winning in this league. Dallas Hurts scores 132, ends up getting a goose egg from Jameson Williams, but a decent day from Tyreek Hill, but that's what he was projected to do. Jonathan Taylor gets 21, and Jordan Love showing a little love to this team with 18.3. Looking real quick at the benches, it looks like Dalton had this kid out of Buffalo at 15.5, but wasn't needed by you.
No, thankfully it wasn't needed by me. Like you said, Lamar had a day where I'd like to see more of those Lamar days. That's what he's supposed to be producing. I'm not 41, but 30 would be nice every week. As for Kat, again, a rough day for her. James Williams doesn't get that long touchdown. The Ravens do a good job for her. As Tyreek does, and Tyreek, that thing could have swung the other direction because that game versus Philly and Miami could have gone either way. And if the Dolphins caught fire, he could have easily had 50. So I was certainly paranoid about that going into Sunday night, but somehow managed to pull out the win. I'll take it where I can get it. Good luck next week, Kat. Let's move on to the next one. Uncle. Oh, this is the in the family Todd versus
this
Sam.
one was rough.
What a game. Talk about down to the wire. Oh my
God. If
gosh.
Todd starts anything or nothing in defense, he wins.
I know.
This was so tough. 3 points. Well done to Sam. Wins it in the house. I wonder where Todd made her sleep that night, in the doghouse or wherever, not sure. Justin Herbert, not a great day, 10.8.
Rough day.
Not bad from Saquon, does exactly what he was supposed to, 18.8. And then another one you have listed here is, look at Puka Nacua. Man, he's the real deal, I guess. Yeah. That was a good pickup off the trade there.
Wire, yeah. The trade, right, yeah.
Yeah, and Jerome Ford, if I'm not mistaken, was that the guy who had the bidding war?
Yes, he was one of them. Yeah, he was one of them. He was the guy that took over as soon as what's his name? Chubb went down.
We can't hear you.
Sorry, he was the backup to Chubb. Is that better?
Yes, that's better.
Jesus, man, Joseph. Go ahead.
Go back and watch this video. You'll see what I'm talking about.
All right.
The Rams with 5 points. That could have been better. But let's go to Todd. Todd gets 15 from Stafford, 15 from Walker, 16 from Pacheco, but then Amon-Ra St. Brown coming off huge at 25.20. And I'll just throw this in. Jordan Addison with 35.3 on a Monday night. He probably thought, I'm coming back. And then he's got to deal with that -8 from the Lions. Rough way to go, Todd, but you're doing way better now than you were at the beginning of the year, so hang with it.
Yeah, definitely a tough one. I mean, when it comes down to that few points, it's insane, and it's just such a swing one way or another. I mean, again, Devontae Smith, the guy that I was joking about that I had on the picture, he does a little bit better. That changed it. Like you said, he doesn't start a defense, he wins. It was right down to the wire, so that made it interesting for sure. I'm sure Todd was watching. I'm sure they were both watching Jordan Addison on that Monday night, just thinking just a few more points would do it. But close one. Congrats to Sam on that win, and we're moving on to your wifey versus Greggy Weggy.
Okay, so the Malibu Stacy's don't bring it this week. Sorry,
Mm,
babe. You were
mm,
projected a good
mm.
day at 142, but only came in with 112. That's not going to get it done, despite getting Jameer Gibbs gets her 27.6. Where did that come from? And the only other notable really on here, Gino didn't deliver at 16, but she didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
And then Jacoby Myers gets 18. Not too bad. On the flip side, Eagles get another win. I hate the effing Eagles, actually. Jalen Hurts, he puts the hurt on Miami to the tune of 26.26, but a goose egg from Zach Evans. Not really sure what happened there. He didn't even get a
I have the
touch.
story. Keep going.
Oh, okay. We've got 19 from Hawkinson. And then, wow, look at Josh Downs, 27.5.
Mm-hmm.
And the Eagles contributing 18.04. That gives them 148. That's probably going to also win most games. Nicely done getting back on the winning ways. I think Greg had a loss the week before, but good bounce back game for him. Looking at the benches, only thing of note is the Browns scoring 13, but he had the Raiders that scored 7. Yeah, I guess that could have helped a little for my lovely bride, but not enough.
Yeah, that was tough for Don. I was going to say the whole B. John Robinson thing was such a nightmare. So he was projected to have a pretty good day, but it came out later that he might have been sick, and there was some kerfuffle about him not being listed on the injury list. And so the guy on our bench, Tyler Algier, got a lot of the carries, as you
Yeah,
can see by his score. The story
yeah.
with Zach Evans, this is nuts. So Zach Evans is they're talking he's going to be the guy to back up my guy Kyron Williams while he's on the bench, right? So Greg Bids wins that, thinks, okay, I've got him. I'll slot him in. He should do well against the Steelers, who suck. They're going to lose that game. He's going to run all over him. Great. Throughout the week, they add Daryl Henderson, which used to be their running back. They also added Royce Freeman from the Broncos. So all of a sudden they start talking about, well, it may be more of a split between Freeman and Henderson. And I'm like, what? Zach Evans is third? I'm like, what are they talking about? So no
What
one knew
happened
going
here?
into the game what it was going to be. I started Henderson. He started Evans. Obviously, I guessed right on that one, but sucks to spend that much for somebody that didn't do crap for you. Anyway, that was the story behind poor Zach Evans. Let's move on to Nick's picks versus the Walla Brallas.
Thank you. Okay, Nick's picks get a big win. Look at Mahomes, almost 44
Mm,
points.
mm.
20 from Mike Evans. This guy never ages, apparently. Mark Andrews, probably top 3 tight end in the league. Very nice, 22.3. And Gus, Edwards, running
Edwards,
back,
yes, huge day.
21.4. Wowzers. 49ers didn't help him at all, though. 0.04. Ouch.
Mr. Blutarski.
That sucks. However, he weathered that and
Yeah.
got the win, 138.8 to 127.62. Ends up taking down the Waller Brawlers, who had a rough day with Eckler. You have that highlighted, 5.6. Did get 15 from Rashad White. Darren Waller, for whom the team name is named, he gets
Mm-hmm.
0.8. And then let's see, Pickens with 17, and the Seahawks bring him 16. Pretty good scores. Watson didn't help him, and either did Eckler. He scores 127. It's not enough. Loses by about 10. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say on National Tight Ends Day, both Andrews and Waller showed out for sure
Yeah.
in those games. Like you said, the Niners defense didn't hurt him that much. He was able to win. Austin Eckler, back from the injury, quote unquote, but boy, didn't do much. It was Kelly that got the bigger numbers on that day. So hopefully he can bounce back with him and Mr. Clemens come next week. Let's move on to, we're down to the breakdown. Let's do it. So let's talk about how it looks now. We're about halfway through the season. How's it looking?
All right. Let's start at Brockway, where yours truly has come out to take the first spot all alone, 4-3. It's not a lot to brag about. It's just barely over 500, but that's okay. Dallas Hurts in second place at 3-4, and Uncle Todd's family feedback, despite getting his first win last week, couldn't follow it up this week. He is at 1-6. However, just 2 games back from second place, my man. Keep your head up and keep that movement happening. You're heading the right direction. Ogdenville, log jamming. Oh my goodness, a 3-way tie in that division with log jamming. Larry Sellers' homework, and Nick picked all at 4-3. It is competitive. North Haverbrook has a little more separation there. I hate the F and Eagles gets back on the winning ways to continue to lead North Haverbrook. He is at 5-2. The Gentlemen Four Quarterlies are alone by 2 games in second place at 4-3, and bringing up the rear is No Donnie. These men are cowards, 2-5. Finally, we have Springfield, and we've got Sam taking a dominant position in that division, which has been an interesting division. It's like 1 week you're in first, the next week you're in last, the next week you're in second, kind of like you guys. Wing Leader 13, though, does have the best, tied with Greg for the best season so far, 5-2. Waller Brawlers, despite the loss, find themselves in second place at 3-4, as does Don. So it is a battle for second place over in Springfield.
Yeah, this is interesting because, I mean, there's not a huge amount of separation. I mean, even if you look at those divisions where you have Todd and Joe, only having a couple of wins there, places 1 and 2 could easily flip-flop in the next couple of weeks, right? It's not like somebody has this huge lead over somebody. So it'll be interesting. Even in Springfield, again, yes, she's got 5 wins, but they're only 2 back, both of them. So it's going to be crazy going into it. There's no separation. I wonder if that's going to change. We will see.
Well, there's
Let's move
so
on
many
to, okay.
There are so many.
Don't step on the transition. Keep going.
With wins and losses this year, look at how many 4-3 and 3-4 teams there are.
Yeah.
Just been super competitive this year. Normally, we'll have one team going either undefeated through 7 weeks or at least a 1 loss, but no, everybody has at least 2 losses, and everybody's got to win now, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
all right, sorry, go ahead. You take over.
Very competitive. This is very competitive. So we have this week's breakdown, and we'll run through these because I'm going to have a slide added for halfway through the season. Got me leading this week with 1. Yeah,
your voice is cutting out.
How? It's right next to my freaking mouth. I don't think
holding it up like that helps.
What is it then? Is that better?
That works pretty good. Yeah.
Oh my God, I hate you. Okay. Bottom of the pile, left in the dust with a lowly 102 points was Donnie. These men are cowards. Bragging rights, hates the F Eagles. Beat your poor wifey by 35 points.
Oh,
6.
geez.
Bad beat. Yes, we all saw that Todd was literally a touchdown away.
That was tough.
3.34 points. That's insane. Let me move us out of the way so we can see this next one about Terry. Lucky is an understatement for Gentlemen Four Quarterlies as they get the win, but their all play record would be 2-9. She's not going to like that. Not so lucky. Dallas Hurst had a 65 all play, but still took the L. And sharpshooter, your wife's been pushed out by Nick's picks, who looks like he's nailed just about a perfect 100% accuracy score. So good job, Nick's picks. Let's move on to the waiver wire action. And here we go. This happened on Wednesday. Only a couple of races, it looks like. It looks like the first one was Brandon Aubrey, the kicker for Dallas. Big $2. He knew he could outspend Todd, that's for sure. And anybody else who spent $1. I called it with Deontay Foreman. I knew somebody's going to go after him after I dropped him because I got him for 0, and Greg had to pick him up for 19. So I knew I couldn't bid with that one. And he had 3 touchdowns this last weekend, so that was really stupid of me to drop him. And then again, Donnie These Men Are Cowards does get the win for Kendrick Bourne for $5 again over poor Todd $0. Todd and I with a $0 competition, but. Anyway, that was the highlights of the not a huge day. What's that? No, I did not. No, I didn't. I'm standing pat right now. Okay. This is interesting. This is the breakdown for as of now for the season. This is so far in the season. Wingler 13 with an impressive over 1,000 points. That's insane.
Okay.
Good. Got bottom of the pile. No shock there. It's no Donnie. These men are cowards. Poor Joseph. Bragging rights. Whatever else happens to my team, I'll always have the week 4 when I got the biggest win over dominating the Malibu Stacy's, which is how Don likes it. 98.12.
Oh, no.
Lightning in a bottle. The Wing Leader 13's week 3 win. I think this is over me where she got 226.
Yeah.
So far. We can't look away. Sometimes life's going to let you pass. Other times it plays out over a few days. They can taunt you with gifts. It was a ladder when he clocked a miserable 76 points, the lowest score of the season, Joe. You are struggling, my man. Lucky run. This is you. Camp Cressy has a 4-3 win this season.
Lucky.
But only has a 44.2% win rate in all play standings. So you're getting lucky with your matchup.
Bull.
Not so lucky is Dallas Hurst, 48.1, but she's only gone 3-4 again. Tougher match. Sharpshooter. Look at you getting the sharpshooter. Is a fantasy savant in the making with a league leading start and sit accuracy of 95.5. Good job.
Hey.
Dallas Hurts is right behind you at 94.8. We'll see if she can catch you before the league gets to the second half. Okay, moving on to this week's matchups. You are facing the I hate the effing Eagles. Talk to me about what it looks like, and I'll give you my 2 cents.
Okay, well, I've got a tall order this week going against Greg, who has the best record of the season so far, tied with wing leader. Not liking my chances here, although I am going to make some moves to scoot things around.
Thanks
I
for
got
not
work
making
to
them. I
do.
gave you an extra day. You still haven't moved your roster. Go ahead.
Don't worry about it. I got time.
I think that's
I hope Kirk Cousins can continue what
mm-hmm.
he's done, but I don't like my chances this week. Unfortunately, I will give it my best shot.
That's it. Okay, well, let's talk about what Greg has going. First of all, he's
Yeah.
got Kareem Hunt, who should be the number one because Jerome Ford was injured last week. So he will be probably taking the number one spot. I'm sure he'll share some time, but at least he'll be the number one. TJ Hawkinson looking great as the number 2 overall player ranked tight end. But he's questionable. Will he play this week? Let's hope. Josh Downs has had a couple of great weeks for the Colts. Will he continue against New Orleans? We will see. You said Kirko Cousins, player ranking number 3. Right now, he is on fire. Let's see if that continues
Yep.
against Green Bay. And then I love how you picked up who the hell is this Ermari DeMarcado, who I picked up weeks ago and then dropped, but you're starting him now, so suck it. Moving on. Hey, it's me versus No Donnie. These men are cowards.
Larry Sellers against No Donnie. These men are cowards. Let's see if Joe could get back on the winning track against you. You've got Lamar Jackson coming off of a huge week going up against Arizona. Doesn't look like they're too worried about that. Look at that, 1 week, and now all of a sudden, Lamar Jackson is up to 6
Mm-hmm.
of all quarterbacks. Really, really liking that average for Alvin Kamara, 22 points just about.
Huge.
They're only projecting, Jesus, there's so much green on this left-hand side. It's crazy. Let's see. They like you everywhere. AJ Brown, 20 projected. Look at double digits. This is a Dickey team, dude.
Well, we'll see.
On the flip
We'll
side,
see.
you can't go wrong starting a guy with the first name Tank. That's out. Kendrick Bourne, I don't know why you have him highlighted.
I'll explain. Okay, so the story. So I'll give you my 2 cents. So you're right. Yes, Lamar Jackson came off a huge win. I hope he doesn't go into a turtle versus Arizona. Kamara's questionable. I don't know what's going on with him. I hope he plays. I think he was back at practice today. Tyler Lockett, I think, missed practice again today. I really need him to play against Cleveland. On the other side, Trevor Lawrence questionable. He started last week even when he was questionable, so I'm guessing he will. Tank Dell, the reason why I highlighted him is because he's been a sensation so far this year. He was dinged up, and then they were on a bye last week. But I mean, as a rookie, I mean, he's playing really well with Houston, so they're hoping for more of him this week. And then Kendrick Bourne has been last week had a huge day against the Bills in that upset win for New England. Let's see if he can continue his winning ways this week. It'll be a good matchup between myself and Joseph.
If you look at Greg's averages.
I mean, Joe. Sorry, I already jumped over.
Sorry, Joe's. Yeah, my bad. If you look at Joe's averages, he has a lot of guys who are averaging like in the teens. He just doesn't have that breakout 20, 30 plus kind of guy on his team. But we shall see. Okay, another fun matchup here. It looks like it might be pretty close. We'll see. I think Dawn still has some moves to go, so this isn't locked in by any means. So she is going against a Log Jammin', who's definitely looking for a win this week after a difficult week last week. All right, we've got Geno Smith going up against Cleveland. That should, not sure. Oh, Bijan Robinson coming off an uncharacteristically poor performance. Hopefully he gets back. They're projecting 16.7 for him. Jahmyr Gibbs, they really like, and Cooper Kupp. Boy, that Jahmyr Gibbs, they think he's going to get 19.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, that's wild.
Well, I think that's also because their lead guy Montgomery is still probably going to be down. He's going to get the lead.
Okay.
And Vegas has been pretty bad and given up a lot.
Okay, and a very nice average down there with Jacoby Myers. Going over to Jay's team, though, good grief. He's got a murderer's row on this thing. Everybody in the double digits in terms of averages. And lots of single digits in that position rank. We've got Tua at 5th. McCaffrey, number 1 RB in the league. Evan Ingram, 7th tight end in the league. 9th, wide receiver in Jamar Chase. That probably needs to be a little bit better, but look at those averages.
Yeah.
Good heavens.
Yeah, pretty impressive team with Jason. Going to be hard to beat him. The
Yeah,
reason why
I take back my close comment. Sorry.
the reason why I highlighted Cleveland is because they have a pretty good defense. They played really well last week. Let's see how they do against Seattle this week. If they continue, it might be trouble for Geno or make it difficult. And Cooper Kupp had an uncharacteristic slow week last week. I think he had 2 for 29 or something like that. So he should be better this week. This should be a bounce back. And again, Waddle questionable, but it's one out of many. So I'm sure he can still win in different ways. Let's move on to Dallas Hurts versus your sister.
Okay. Dallas Hurts is going up against Terry. Let's look at these teams. So Tyreek Hill, I don't know why he's questionable. Was he banged up?
I think he got banged up at the end of the game last week. But again, I haven't seen anything since then. I haven't been paying attention to the other people's injuries.
Yeah, lots of double-digit averages.
And Godwin is not only starting tonight, but he already has a touchdown.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
so good for Dallas Hurts. Yep.
Projected to get 132 against Gentleman's Four Quarterlies, projected 146. Let's see, who do they like? They like Josh Allen, obviously. I'm sure they like Diggs. Yep, 21. Not huge scores, but they're definitely not projecting Terry to continue her ways because they are projecting way under the averages. She's averaging 157 with this lineup, so we shall see.
Yeah, and yeah, like you said, the average is much more for her team. And to get Travis Etienne looking so good against Pitt, see if he can slow him down. I don't know. Aaron Jones questionable. If he comes back, that's going to be a huge boon for her team because the offense runs through Aaron Jones. He really gets it done for Green Bay when he does play. Chris Godwin's already had a pretty good night, like it's 48 yards. He's doing well. Jameson Williams, big question mark. He's a boomer bust so far, and the Ravens defense going up against Arizona, that might be a huge day for them as well. Let's move on to the next contest. Would be Wing Leader 13 and Nick's Picks.
Okay,
this will be a good matchup, actually.
Yeah. Nick pick tall order. It looks like it's going to be close, or at least that's what ESPN thinks. Wing Leader 13 tied for the best record in the league at 5-2. She's got, let's see, Herbert going against Chicago. That should be a big game. Lots of contribution on this team. Yeah, lots of near 20 people on this team as far
and look at her player ranks. That's what I highlighted. I'm like, look at her embarrassment of riches.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All those are under, I mean, top 10 right there. Top 10 she has.
Top 10. Yeah, that's amazing. So impressive. Well done drafting and trading this year, Sam. Going on the flip side, I actually think Mostert is... He's, like I said, if you voted on the poll, which I'm sure
I hope you voted, yes. Yeah.
But that's where my vote was. Not that I think it's a shocker he's playing well. I just think it's a shocker how well for me. Projecting 30 for Mahomes. Good grief. Who they playing? Oh, Denver. That could be a big game.
Yeah.
I wonder how many KC players he's got. I don't know. Mostert 17. They think Josh Jacobs is going to do well, as they think. Same with Mike Evans. Yeah, this one's probably going to be a close game, despite the tall order he's got. It might be close.
Yeah, I think that
far apart.
I think that Sam is running away with the strongest team, at least so far, based on her points and her wins and everything like that. But Nick has had a really good team too, so we'll see if he might be able to the one to upset her. It's going to be, I think I agree with you. I think it's going to be a little closer than what they're saying here, and I think it's anybody's game. Yeah, Raheem Mostert had a huge year. I didn't break down the poll on this one because we just started a couple days ago. I'll maybe cover that in a text after. Thank you for those who voted. I hope everybody else goes out and votes on the poll, and I'll put a new one up. Let's see, I'll put a new one up before Sunday on who's been the biggest bust, and so we'll vote on that one and we'll get the results on that and kind of go back and forth. That was good on that. And yeah, again, Saquon's questionable, but other than that, her team looks pretty solid. Is there any?
Well, if you look at this, Matt, before you go through, they obviously don't like her matchups this week because her projected score is like 14 points lower than
the average.
Like Nick's matchups, because his is you know what? Let's see, 6, another 7, 13 points. Is that right? No, not 13, 7. 7 points better than their averages. So they like his chances, I guess.
Yeah. Moving on, let's get to Todd versus the Waller Brawlers.
Okay, so this looks like this one's going to be closer than I think it says. If you look at their averages, they're only 5 points apart with these lineups. So we've got Uncle Todd's family feedback going up against the Waller Brawlers. Two teams coming off of a rough week. Both need a win. Let's see who one walks away. How does it go for Thunderdome? 2 men enter, 1 man
2 men
leave.
enter, 1 man leave.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
love it. So let's see which one walks out. If I'm looking, Amon-Ra St. Brown, yeah, he's averaging 22 points. They don't think he's going to have a good day. Who do they go against? Las Vegas? Okay, whatever.
I don't know why. Yeah, they should put more in for him with Vegas and how bad they are.
Oh,
But okay.
and okay, this one might not be as close because we've got a big 0 projected for Brock Purdy. So Kev's got to fix that. That'll increase.
Yeah, I think they've already said he might not play, so he'll have to switch him out.
Yeah. This is going to be a close game.
Yeah, I can't remember who's Clemens' other quarterback. I should have looked that up before, but yeah. But Clemens is hoping for a bounce back from Eckler. He's hoping for Breece Hall, who's off the bye, Nico Collins, who's off the bye. He's hoping for Waller to have another big game. I saw that questionable. Let's hope he plays. And then on the flip side, Kyle Pitts, who hasn't been the Pitts in the last couple of games, he's actually scored pretty well. And Jordan Addison,
Yeah.
I doubt Jordan's going to get 35, but hopefully he'll get good. And he picked up Dustin Hopkins, who sneakily had a huge day last week kicking. We'll see if that continues into this game, but this should be a good contest as well. Let's see if Todd can get his second win or if Clemens can brawl that wall.
That kicker's averaging almost 14 points a game.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So there we go. End of slideshow. Let's stop sharing and let's make us the big show. Whoa. And it's gotten dark here. As you can see, the sun went down and is now.
Yeah, what the heck? It just came out of nowhere.
The moon is not quite full. It's almost full. Getting ready for the witching time for next week and Halloween. Let's talk a little bit of Halloween. So we only have 6 minutes left, which is actually quite a bit of time. What are your kids? Are your kids trick or treating? If they are, what are they going as?
They're not.
Both thumbs down. They're both not going.
Emma's 18.
Is Emma going to some rave or some party or something like that? Or
I don't know what she's going to do. Maybe she'll hang out and hand out candy like we normally do.
Okay.
Dawn and I normally will dress up and sit outside by a fire and hand out candy.
Dawn dresses up? I see you doing that. What does she dress up?
Well, she normally does. I'm a cat because she has cat ears on her. Who knows? Okay. Yeah. Although she did do a
she went.
Well, yeah, she did go with spaghetti and meatballs one year, so I guess
that's cute.
She does go for it sometimes. I don't know what I'll be this year. What are you guys doing?
Well, okay, Nate just decided today he was first considering Animal from the Muppets. He wanted to be Animal, the drummer from the Muppets. Okay. But because we have, hold on a second, hold your horses. But because we have this suit, so one of Gabby's friends in high school's dad made this killer suit that like an adult can sit in. I can fit in this thing if you wanted me to. It's a full-size Muno costume. Like you step into it, it zips up the back, and you're from the Yo Gabba Gabba, you're Muno, the big red one with the giant one eye, and you can see through it. And so Nate tried that on tonight, and he loves it, so he's going to go as Muno this year. What? That's not good? What?
No, I was going to say
Star Wars.
No, I said I hope this costume is big. In those pictures that Kathy shared from Bishop's, he looks 7 feet tall in that photo.
He is approaching me, and I'm not liking. He's going to pass me pretty soon. That's going to be very awkward to look up at him and go, "Now listen here, young man." As he's looking down at me, saying, "Listen, old man, I'll beat the hell out of you. You can't tell me what to do."
All right, so
I'm going to have to call into elder abuse. Yeah, so he's going to go in his mood. He's going to trick or treat, and David will just enjoy handing out candy as he had. So that'll be fun for him. Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. That'll be a nice time. And I miss Gabby, of course, at this time because she was always fun to do it with. In fact, one of my fondest memories of Gabby was she went as Snow White, and it was one of those cheap, Disney suits you just get off the rack, at the Target or whatever. And she went on so many trips. She came back to the house and dumped her stuff out so many times that on the last time she asked me to come out with her because I think mom was trick or treating with her. So I got the last leg to go with her on. And like, I don't know, halfway through it, she's like, Dad, my feet are hurting. I mean, we've been out there for hours. I'm like, what do you mean your feet are hurting? I'm like, you barely even walk. Come on, you're a kid. You should be able to walk. I looked. She's worn through the shoes. The slippers are gone. They're gone. She's walking on the sidewalk. I'm like, okay, time to call it a day.
For hours and with no support. Those things
exactly zero support. And she was so tired that I put her on my shoulders and carried her back, and she fell asleep on my shoulders, which I thought I was going to drop her with that one because he kept shifting around. And I'm like, wake up, damn it! I'm going to drop you.
Chip off the old block. Got to get out there for more chocolate. Go till you die.
Get that food. Get some more. Exactly. Well, hey, listen, this was fun. We have another get together, I think, on the is that this weekend? I gotta look that up. It might be.
Better look it up.
It might be. If it is,
what were the results of the poll?
I don't know. I mean, I can look it up
What?
right now. Sorry, I know I wasn't ready for this. I didn't think we were going to do
All
the
right,
poll.
I'll try to fill in while you do that. So it's been an exciting year so far. Lots of wins and losses, as I said. Everybody is still very much in this thing, which I do like this far into the season. So
Okay, I'm there. Let me go to
I
league, and
tried
like you
filling in
told me, message board. Yeah, well, you suck. Okay,
technical difficulties here.
let's see. Okay, wait a minute. No, no, no. I'm there. Okay, message board and Ellen poll. Ellen
Mr.
poll. There we go. Okay, I
Whisper
got it.
down
I
there at
got
the
it.
bottom.
I got it. Okay, so again, it's barely changed. We have a tie so far with the most votes, two each, going to Mostert or Thielen for the biggest surprises. We have
Yeah.
one vote for Swift, one vote for Achan. So let's get out there. If we don't, that's two,
Oh,
four,
Achan's a
five,
good
six.
one.
We only have half this league. I want to see the other half of the league vote in this. Well, who's watching this? We'll have to tell them.
That's right. That's
And
part of the
I
problem.
think I posted this on the you know what? I'm going to go out to the SharePoint tonight, or not the SharePoint, the text line. And after I post this, I'll say, hey, there's also an Ellen poll. So everybody go vote in that one.
Yes, and
So,
I tried to tell people on the text how to get
yeah.
there
Yep.
using
You
mobile
did.
app.
You
This
did.
is a
You did.
little
Yeah.
tricky, but
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
check it out.
you can get
Participate.
it.
People.
Takes a minute on your phone, but you can get there. If I did it in that
Yeah.
sort of time, and I am functionally, not good with all the technology, so don't worry about that. All right. So, any parting thoughts from Harry? What is his look into the? Is Harry going out to? Will he be on your shoulder for Halloween?
No, but I do have a prediction.
Let's go.
Take up a collection for Matthew's microphone, we will.
How
Why am I
dare
talking
you?
like Yoda instead of like Harry
It's
Potter?
become Harry's morphed into Yoda now. Do what you will.
Oi,
Oh, wait.
get yourselves a wee better mic, mate. That's
Yeah,
Australian.
you sound like a like, goddamn crocodile hunter, or Crocodile Dundee. I said hunter.
Throw another shrimp on the barbie.
All
my
right,
accent for Harry is terrible.
you have to
Normally
work
I'm
on that.
good. This is terrible.
I still love the best text of the year's been, who's Harry? That is
Yeah.
the best ever.
Who's Harry? I said Harry Potter. You'd know if you watched, and he just said F you, Harry.
All right, so for Kevin Heath and Harry Potter, this is Matt Dickey signing off. Kev, take us out with a Halloween ditty.
Stay classy, BONESTORM.